Welcome to MotoGP. We return to the Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli for the 7th race of 2020 in a season that has seen the wildest of storylines. 9 riders are separated by 23 points and 5 different winners in 6 races so far. What's in store today? This is MotoGP. We've seen it all so far this year, and we saw something new again this time last week around this 4.2 kilometre long circuit. 16 corners, known for being tight and twisty in its nature, and of course those fast dramatic curves in Sector 3 can lead into lots of drama into the overtaking hotspot at turn 14. Welcome to MotoGP. Well, Bertie's off to the TV set. I'm glad I got that one said right this time after what I said last week. Vinales was on pole today from Jack Miller and Fabio Quartararo. Miller, as we expected, got out front to lead in the early stages. An aggressive move from Maverick Vinales. Straight away, though, as they flicked it right, meant the number 12 went through to take the lead. It was a good start for Valentino Rossi. He was up in the top 6, and Brad Binder was charging early on as well, as Maverick tried to escape. There was contact at turn 8, Emelia Spargaro going down and punting wide Franco Morbidelli. But then Valentino Rossi crashed at turn 4, ending his hopes and dreams of a 200th Premier Class podium here at home. Brad Binder then fell, having got himself up onto 3rd place. Pecco Bagnaia started to claw in. Maverick Vinales eventually going through on the Yamaha rider. At this point, the Pramac Ducati man set some fierce pace to extend his advantage and go through. There was a fall also for Tito Rabat, and Jack Miller retired out of the race also. And so the battle began for the podium places altogether. Huge moment at the front. Pecco Bagnaia crashing out of a healthy lead. Maverick then inherits P1. And the battle for 2nd and 3rd began between these guys. Fabio Quartararo struggled to find a way through on Pol Espargaro, with Mir closing on the pair of them. And by the time he caught up with them, within a few corners, Mir made light work of the situation. First getting through on Fabio Quartararo here. And then a few corners later, making his move on Pol Espargaro as well. Fabio then managed to get through on Pol, who was struggling with rear grip, but at this stage we didn't realise that he would have to take a penalty loop. Either that or drop 3 seconds. The checkered flag came out. We have 6 race winners in 7 races. A bizarre season continues with Mir in 2nd and Pol Espargaro inheriting 3rd. Thank you to everyone for watching here this weekend. Matt's going to go off to now interview some riders. Myself and Simon Crafar will be bringing you after the flag shortly. Thank you to everybody who has made this weekend happen. We'll see you in Barcelona, and all of our friends back in the office, and those that you don't see behind the camera. Maverick Vinales then wins for the first time in 2020, and what a tweet this is from 5-time world champion Jorge Lorenzo, that knows all about riding this bike. You don't give up. In this sport, you are not as good as some people say when you win, and not as bad as some people say when you don't. What a line from the champion. Maverick Vinales then, is this the launch pad he needs to fly to the top once more? 4 points covering 4 riders.
Nail biting and drama-filled couple of weeks. Maverick Vinales then back on the top step of the podium for the first time since Sepang. A vital win for his championship charge. Mir and Pol Espargaro complete an all-Spanish top 3. Fabio Quartararo penalised with 3-second penalty, having not done a long lap. Dropped him to 4th. Oliveira was a brilliant 5th. Nakagami rescued 6th. Alex Marquez, brilliant performance by him in 7th place. Andrea Dovizioso 8th, and somehow still leading the World Championship. Only 13 finishes today. Petrucci, Zarco, Rins, Bradley Smith, the last of the finishes. Iker Lecuona was on course for a top 6, wasn't he, when he crashed late on. Pecco Bagnaia was leading for so long. Looked well set to take a first MotoGP victory when he fell at turn 6. Rossi was out. Tito Rabat was out. So was Jack Miller. Binder and Emelia Spargaro also. this is going to be one of the key moments of Fabio Quartararo's Grand Prix. Running wide, a couple of times he did that at turn 16. He got the track limits warning for 3 offences, and then you did 2 more, this one with 2 laps to go, and that was decisive. That's what meant Quartararo had to do the long lap penalty, and because he didn't do it late on, well, he only had 1 lap to do it, to be fair to him, he got the 3-second post-race penalty, and that's when he knows what happened, and that is a furious Quartararo's loss, very much Pol Espargaro's gain in terms of the podium. And somehow, beyond belief really, having not had a top 6 in the last 2 races here in Misano, Andrea Dovizioso still leads the World Championship by 1 single point ahead of Fabio Quartararo and Maverick Vinales. Joan Mir is the man on the move. He's up to 4th now, just 4 points off the summit. Pol Espargaro was a big winner today. 16 points on the podium. He's 10th in the World Championship, but just 27 points down on Dovizioso. Brad Binder lost a big chunk of points today. He's only 31 down though. 31 points coming the top 11 riders as we head to Barcelona in just a few days' time. Cruel for Pecco Bagnaia, but he drops down to 15th in the World Championship, having blown a 1.1 second lead at turn 6 with 7 laps to go. Alex Marquez was one of the big winners today. Great ride by him. 7th he was, and he was only 11 seconds away from Maverick Vinales. By far the best race of Alex Marquez's fledgling MotoGP career. Independent Rider Championship, well, it's still advantage Quartararo. 19 points clear ahead of Morbidelli and Miller, who had bad days today. Morbidelli climbing off his sick bed to take 9th. The mechanical ruled out Jack Miller, which was cruel in the extreme on him after he had a bruising crash this morning in the warm-up. Ika Lekawona, well, it could have been a lot better than 9th in that independent rider battle today for him. And of course, Pecco Bagnaia could have been Ducati's first independent team rider victor in MotoGP. Jack Miller did it, of course, back in the day on a Honda. Petronas Yamaha SRT, they're on 147 points in terms of the team championship. That's getting pretty tight at the top as well, isn't it? 6 clear of Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP, who celebrate their first win of the season. Ducati team down in 4th place. Dovi leads the way in the individual standings, but Ducati 4th, with Red Bull Caterham Factory Racing taking 5th place from Pramac Ducati, who had a double DNF today for Miller and Bagnaia. The independent team battle, well, that's very much advantage Petronas Yamaha SRT. 50 points clear they are of Pramac Ducati, who were expecting much, much more today. Certainly a podium from Pecco Bagnaia before that late tumble when he was comfortably clear at the front. In terms of the championship, well, a 4th win, the most they've had for 2 or 3 years now. Yamaha in a single season, they're on 138 points the award to factory. 23 now clear of Ducati, with KTM 3rd. 34 points off the lead in the constructor battle. Another big chunk of points today for Suzuki, thanks to Joan Mir. Honda 5th with 2 men, or they're surviving 2 men at the moment, Nakagami and Marquez inside the top 7 today. All the 10,000 fans here were hoping to see Valentino Rossi as part of these podium celebrations. Not so. He's still got to wait for that 200th Premier Class podium finish. They're loud, the old pyrotechnics, I'll give them that.
I can see him here at the moment. Puff, flash, bang.
Blimey. They're rattling the windows out the commentary box almost there.
Maverick's not won in quite a few months. He'll be thinking that that happens every time he wins a race now. And that's good to see as well. Tricolore. The Italian flag. There's no Italian flag on the podium here today. There'll be some disappointed fans that have turned up here today. And as you rightly said, mate, what a different 7 days, mate. The only reoccurring theme is the man on the left, Joan Mir.
It's kind of a scary prospect, because if Mir sorts out qualifying, where's he going to be?
Exactly. Well, if he can sort out qualifying, what a place to do it next week. It will be the Grand Prix of Barcelona in Montmeló, the Grand Prix of Catalunya. Looking forward to heading over there, of course. Be all eyes on the weather as well. World Superbike been there today, and there's been all sorts of floods around the circuit as well. But either way, a couple of days' time, we will be heading to a new circuit.